is types of chemical bond. So already we seen chemical bond introduction part, and already seen Coase-Lewis of theory and Lewis dot structure. Next topic is types of chemical bonds. So chemical bonds are classified into three types. One is ionic bond, ionic or electrovalent. Ionic or electrovalent. Second is covalent. Third one is coordinate covalent. So chemical bonds are classified into three types. One is ionic or electrovalent, covalent or coordinate covalent. So this one is important. Sometimes they will ask two more questions. So what are the different types of bonds? How chemical bonds are classified? Suppose they ask how chemical bonds are classified, means you write these three types about. Suppose if they ask in detail, means you have to write it in detail. So let's start with one by one. First you will see ionic or electrovalent. So ionic or electrovalent. This types of bond is formed by electrostatic attraction. That means ionic or electrovalent bonds are formed by, in this case, chemical bonds are formed due to electrostatic attraction between positive and negative ions. So ionic bonds are formed due to electrostatic attraction between positive and negative ions. Suppose you consider one example, A plus B combine to form an AB. So remember, A plus B, two different atoms combine to form one bond. So this is considered as ionic bond or ionic compound, both are same. So in this case, this bond is due to, how this bond is formed? This bond is formed due to, so valence electron, that means valence electron of one atom. So valence electrons means outermost electron. So valence electrons of one atom are completely or permanently to another atom. Remember, this bond is formed due to transfer of valence electron of one atom are transferred permanently to the another atom. If it is transfer, that means if A transfer electrons to B, that means if it transfers electron, means definitely in this atom loss of electron takes place. If atom loses electron, its electron, means charge is positive. If atom gains electron, that means the charge is negative. So in this case, A, that means valence electron of A atom transfer permanently to the valence electron of another atom, that is B. That means A atom, it tries electron transfer from A to B, so electron losses in A. That means electrons are transferred. Definitely in A, loss of electron takes place. So if in this atom electron loss means it takes a charge of positive because electrons move towards B. So it means A atom electron transferred to the B atom. So A atom loses its electron. So A is positive. In this case, B accepts the electron from atom A. That means accept means gains electron. So it takes a charge of minus. If this plus and minus closer means definitely these are held together by some force. So that force is called as force of attraction. This positive and negative are close to each other by force of attraction. So based on this, ionic bonds are defined as oppositely charged ions are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. So this is a definition for ionic bond. Suppose if they ask in the exam, you write this two line alone. Ionic bond means oppositely charged ions are held together by electrostatic force of attraction. That's why the bond formed between AB, because A is positive and B is negative. Definitely oppositely charged means there is a force of attraction, because if opposite charge means definitely there is a force of attraction. If it is same charge means force of repulsion. So this is all about. In this case, one important point, if atom A transfer, that means atom of valence electron A transfer permanently to the another atom of B. In this case, once the bond formed between A and B, in this case both the atoms attain stable configuration of octet. So in this case, AB, both the atoms attains stable configuration, that is octet or duplet. In this case, octet, stable configuration of octet. So always remember, once the compound attain octet configuration or duplet configuration, then only the molecular compound is stable. If the molecular compound once attains stable configuration of octet or duplet, then only the molecule is stable, otherwise the compound is unstable. Atom ionic bond, in this case one important point is there. So ionic bond is formed due to, it is formed by metal with non-metal. The ionic bond formed due to bond with metal with non-metal. So metal with non-metal. So metal is always present. So group 1 and group 2. This group 1 and group 2 metals react with non-metals to form an ionic bond or ionic compound. Always remember this, group 1 and group 2 metal react with non-metal to form an ionic bond. So most of the ionic bonds are formed by group 1 and group 2 metal with the non-metals. So these are about ionic bond, the introduction part, definition and the general example. Let's see with one example. Suppose formation of NaCl. So NaCl means Na is one atom and chlorine is one atom. So sodium and chlorine combine to form sodium chloride. So how these compounds are formed, how these bonds are formed. Sodium atomic number is 11. Sodium atomic number 11. Chlorine atomic number 17. So sodium atomic number 11 and chlorine atomic number 17. When you write Bohr's model for sodium, so when you write Bohr's model for sodium, K shell 2 electron. So valence L shell maximum is 8 electron. So already we seen several times K, L, M, N. So 2, 8, 18, 32. That means so maximum electrons to accommodate in K is 2, L is 8, M is 18, N is 32. So we have only atomic number is 11. So already we filled 2 electron in K shell and 8 electron in L shell. So out of 11, 10 is filled. So balance we have 1 electron. So that's filled in M shell. Same way for chlorine, the atomic number is 17. So 2, 8, balance 7 electron in M shell. So in this case, so chlorine is to attain nearest stable configuration of octet. So chlorine has to attain a stable configuration of octet means it has 1 electron excess. So atom sodium is ready to lose electron. If sodium atom loses its electron, then it becomes stable configuration of octet. So let's see chlorine. outermost is 7. So to attain stable configuration of octet means 8. So to attain stable configuration of octet need 1 electron. So chlorine has excess 1 electron. So sodium atom transfers 1 electron to transfer 1 electron permanently to another atom. So sodium, this 1 electron transferred to chlorine. So sodium loses its 1 electron, NaCl. So sodium loses its 1 electron. So we have to put 1 positive charge because it lost only 1 electron. So 1 positive charge. So in this case, chlorine gains 1 electron from sodium. So chlorine gains electron. So minus. So the bond this oppositely charged close to each other, definitely due to force of attraction, ionic bond is formed between Na and Cl. That's why the bond formed between NaCl. When you write this electronic configuration, sodium loses its 1 electron, so it becomes 2, 8. So chlorine it's gain 1 electron, 7. So if 1 electron gains, it takes 8. So 2, 8, 8. You see, both the atoms attain stable configuration of octet. You have to see only the valence shell, that means outermost shell you have to see. You see both the atoms stable configuration of octet by 8. Same way you try for MgCl2. So magnesium chloride is given in the textbook, but you do not see the textbook, you try it on your own. So magnesium atomic number is 12, chlorine atomic number is 17. I give the outline. So write Mg. So chlorine 17, magnesium 12. So 2, 8, 2, this one 2, 8, 7, this one 2, 8, 7. So magnesium to attain stable configuration of octet means, nearest configuration of octet means to lose 2 electron. This 2 electron, I transfer 1 electron each to 1 chlorine. This 2 electrons of magnesium transfer 1 chlorine to another. This 1 chlorine is shared. This 2 is shared by both chlorine. So it gains 1 electron, has become 8. It gains 1 electron, so 2, 8. These 2 electrons are equally shared by chlorine atoms. So you try it on your own. So you have to draw the structure. So already we know K shell, L shell, the M shell. This one K shell, L shell, M shell. In this case sodium K shell, L shell, chlorine K shell. So K shell contains 2 electrons, so 2, L shell 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and M shell is 1. Same way for here, chlorine K shell 2, L shell 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, M shell 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in this case, when NaCl formed means Na loses its 1 electron, so only these 2 shells are there, K shell and L shell, because the M shell electron transferred to chlorine. So 5, 6, 7, 8. In this case, chlorine gained 1 electron, so already 7 electron in the outermost shell. If it gains 1 electron, it becomes 8. So K shell 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. M shell also 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So middle you have to mention which atom it was. It is in sodium. This is chlorine. Or in the outer, right? This is, it's enough. If time permits, you write in the middle chlorine, sodium, chlorine, sodium. So NaCl. So in this case, Y positive ion formed, already we know this 1 electron transferred to chlorine. Always remember in ionic bond, valence electron of one atom are transferred permanently to the another atom. If it loses its electron means charge is positive. If another atom gains electron means charge is negative. If both are oppositely charged means come close or held together by force of attraction. This is all about ionic bond. Once again I am telling you, same way you try for MgCl2. So they will ask 5 more questions based on this topic. Explain ionic bond with an example. Suppose if they ask explain ionic bond with an example, or explain ionic bond with a suitable illustration. Means you write any one example, either you write NaCl or MgCl2. Suppose if they ask in 5 mark question, you have to write this definition. At this point you should write and you have to show one example. So these are all about ionic bond. Next we will see properties of ionic bond.